Hello everyone. So this presentation brings to you the details of the scope of ethology. The study of the science of animal behavior has made important contributions to many other disciplines of science, including anthropology, sociology, psychology, environmental biology, and sociobiology. Ethology has applications to human behavior and neurosciences. It has been applications to animal welfare and obviously education to the future generations. So you can see in detail what are the aspects. So animal behavior and environment when we see, you can see that the behavior of animals often provides the first clues of environmental degradation. Changes in the sexual behavior occur much sooner in animals, affecting their population size due to environmental disruption. Now, declining animal populations allows us to take measures to save the environment. Studies of natural environment in the field, or animal behavior in the field actually, are important to provide baseline data for environmental monitoring. For example, the Environmental Protection Agency uses changes in the swimming behavior of minnows, the fishes, as an index of possible pesticide pollution. And there have been many studies which have been conducted on the changes in the swimming behavior with respect to the changes in the pesticide concentration in the environment, and many papers have been published on that. Then we can see that the research on how salmons migrate back to their home waters, it was actually started by Ada Hazler in 1969, and we can conclude that this information has been used in preserving the salmon industry in the Pacific Northwest, and application of Hazley's results has led to the development of a salmon fishing industry in the Great Lakes in USA. And therefore, we can see that basic animal behavior research has important economic implications as well. Similarly, animal behaviors understand insect reproduction and host plant protection, leading to the discovery of non-toxic pheromones for insect pest control. So these are very specific. That is, the pheromone using pest control using pheromones are first thing is non-toxic, and it is highly specific in the sense they don't actually kill the non-target species, and these avoid the need for toxic pesticides as well. So understanding the predator-prey relationship has led to the knowledge of maintaining proper food web in a given ecosystem. Then similarly, knowledge of honeybee foraging behavior is applied to mechanisms of pollination, and this in turn is important for plant breeding and propagation. Then understanding of the foraging behavior in animals has led to an understanding of forest regeneration. So many animals here serve as seed dispersers, are essential for the propagation of tree species and essential for habitat preservation. Similarly, we can see that reintroduction of animals or relocation, for example, such as Pierre Davis deer of China, golden lion tamarin of Brazil, was not possible without the detailed knowledge of a species' natural history, how they behave in the nature, how they are getting adapted to the surroundings, how the differences in the environmental like structure is going to affect their survival, etc. So with the increasing importance of environmental programs dealing with populations of rare species, both in captivity and in the field, animal behavior research has become increasingly important. Basic behavioral studies on reproductive behavior have led to improved captive breeding methods for near extinction species like golden lion tamarins, whooping cranes, and many other such species. So that's about the environment and the organisms in the field. Now, when we speak about the role of contribution of animal behavior in cell biology, we can see that neuroethology is actually the mixing of animal behavior and neurosciences, and this provides an important framework for explaining neural mechanisms. Careful behavioral data gathered on animals allow the neurobiologists to focus their studies for the benefit of humans. And behavioral studies of poisonous and venomous animals, then subsequent extraction of neurotoxic chemicals and their use in various medicines has benefited the mankind. So Recent work in animal behavior has demonstrated its impact on physiological and cellular research. So when we speak about the variations in social environment, they can inhibit or stimulate. They have a like in effect on ovulation, produce menstrual synchrony, then induce miscarriages. So all these are active behavioral patterns. And other animal studies show that the quality of social and behavioral environment have a direct effect on immune system functioning and many other aspects. Okay, so when we the animal welfare, when we speak, obviously the society has placed greater emphasis on the welfare of domestic, pet, and research animals. The animals are protected by law, and there are punishments against animal cruelty. So, animal behavior studies have provided expert suggestions to bring about reasonable and effective standards for the care and well-being of animals, research animals specifically. And when we speak about the science education, the animal behavior or the behavior ecology as courses have been introduced in the sciences, in the course as course papers in various branches of science. So when we speak about the branches like cell biology or molecular biology, what happens is when we study, when the students focus only on those aspects, what happens is the students may be able to identify the or recognize the DNA of Hangul deer, which is actually a Indian one. He may be able to recognize it. A student may be able to recognize the DNA, but in the field, the student will not be able to recognize the animal. So, to avoid such kind of a disparity, animal behavior ecology have been introduced as a part of the education. Now, regarding the human society, many problems in the human society are related to the interaction of environment and behavior or genetics and behavior. So the field of socio-ecology, animal behavior deal with the science of environment behavior interactions, both at the evolutionary level as well as at the immediate level. A few examples when we speak. For example, research by D. Wall in 1971 on chimpanzees and monkeys have shown the importance of cooperation and reconciliation in social groups. And this work provides new perspectives to understand the aggressive behavior of human beings. And similarly, Jean Piaget in 1968, he is a famous psychologist, began his career with the study of snakes, and he extended the use of careful behavioral observations and descriptions to his studies on human cognitive development, that is intellectual development. So that is yet another contribution to the human society. Then J.B. Watson in 1973 began his study of behavior by observing gulls, the seagulls. And aspects of his experimental design, observation techniques, and attention to non-verbal communication signals were developed in animal behavior studies before their applications to studies of human behavior. So the non-verbal communication signals observed in gulls have been applied to the study of human behavior. Okay. Similarly, Charles Darwin's work 1885 on emotional expression in animals has had an important influence on many psychologists such as Paul Ekman, who studied emotional behavior of humans. And study the woolly spider monkey in Brazil displays no overt aggressive behavior among group members. But we might learn how to minimize human aggression if we understand how the species of monkey avoids this particular species avoids aggression. So the comparative study of behavior of a wide range of species of animals can provide insights into the influence affecting human behavior as well. Another example if we study is the study of parental care by males in California mouse, then marmosets and tamarins, and certain birds. This can actually help us to have insight and understanding and significance of the father's involvement in child care. And similarly, plenty other examples we can see. For example, studies of chimpanzees using language analogs have led to a new technology that have been applied successfully to teaching language to disabled and physically challenged human populations. Basic research on circadian and other endogenous rhythms in animals has led to research relevant to human factors and productivity in areas such as coping with jet lag, or changing from one shift to another in an industry. Research on animal behavior has developed many of the important tests relating to related to identifying stress and psychological disorders. So